question നോക്കുക. For the subsoil condition shown in figure, calculate the total neutral and effective stress at 1 meter, 3 meter and 6 meter below the ground level. We are asked to find out the total neutral and effective stress, and the figure is already given in question, and the depth at which all these stresses are to be found are also mentioned in the question. So in some problems they may not be giving the figure, so we have to draw the figure and then find out the answer. So in this figure they have given the in this question they have given the figure. So if you're finding the effective stress, what is the basic formula for that? Effective stress is equal to total stress minus pore water pressure. And if you're finding out the total stress or the pore water pressure, what are the two main things that you need? Mainly the height of each layer, isn't it? The height of each layer, which is having different unit weights, different layers and of different height. So the property that is changing is the unit weight. So we need mainly two things: the unit weight of each layer and also the height of each layer. So you have to see whether that particulars are given in the question directly. If it is not given directly, we may have to find it out. So that is only part which is difficult in this type of question. So just see the figure. The ground level, it is marked as 0 meters, and the depth of each layer, like A, B, C, 3 layers are considered at depth 1 meter, 3 meter and 6 meter. So they have told the layer from 1 to 3 meter, that layer is fully sand, and some particulars are given, like E value is 0.4 and GS is 2.65. only that is mentioned. They haven't given the gamma value of that layer. Unit weight is not given. Then what is below that? It is clay layer, and they have told the gamma saturated value is 20 kilonewton per meter cube. So that is given directly. And the next layer is coming at a depth of 6 meter from the top, and that is marked as C. So we have to find out gamma value of the second layer, AB, the sand layer, isn't it? So if you observe the answer, you see at the last step it is found that at A what is sigma, what is U and sigma dash, and at B what is the value, and at C what are the values. So only that is found here. We need to find out gamma value in extra. Okay, so we'll see, assuming gamma W is equal to, so if it is not given, you can take it as roughly 10 kilonewton per meter cube or 9.8, whatever value you take, you have to highlight it. So assuming here we have assumed it as 10, gamma W is the unit weight of water assumed as 10 kilonewton per meter cube. Now they haven't mentioned anything about the soil which is above 1 meter height. We are asked to find out 1 meter stress at 1 meter. So above the 1 meter, what is the type of soil, whether it is dry soil or wet soil? They have not mentioned, so we are assuming it as dry sand. Then gamma D value, have to find out gamma D. So we have to use the formula that we have studied in our first module. Gamma D is equal to G gamma W divided by 1 plus E. So gamma D means the unit weight of a soil mass which is dry. And what is gamma S? Maybe the unit weight of the soil particle, single particle, like that. Okay, so gamma D is the dry sand unit weight, that is G gamma W divided by 1 plus E. So G value is given, GS, that of solid, specific gravity of solid, GS value is given 2.65 into 10, the value that we assumed for gamma W, divided by 1 plus E. So you substituted and you got the value as gamma D, 18.929 kilonewton per meter cube. Now what about the layer? What about the layer between AB? It is sand, but just see the water table. Water table is at a depth of 1 meter at the level of A. So the sand below that will be saturated. It is saturated with water table. So you may not use this equation for gamma D. we have to find out what gamma saturated value. That's all. So what is the formula for gamma saturated? It is G plus C divided by 1 plus C into gamma W. Again you substitute it, G 2.65 plus 0.4 divided by 1 plus 0.4 into gamma W. The assumed value is 10. So you substituted it and got value gamma saturated is 21.786. So if the soil was dry, gamma D was 18, and if the soil is fully saturated, if the sand layer is fully saturated, gamma value is increased slightly. So it is now 21.786. Now they just found the gamma submerged value also, because if you are straight away writing the effective stress equation, effective stress value, it is gamma saturated minus gamma water. So you found that gamma submerged value also. What is the value? Gamma dash is equal to gamma saturated minus gamma W, that is 21.786 minus 10. So simply you have found that value also. Now we are done with the sand layer. Now for clay layer, that is between B and C, they have already given the gamma saturated value, that is 20 kilonewton per meter cube. Now simply go to the effective total stress, water pressure and effective stress steps. So here in this problem, I had copied this problem from Punmia textbook. So they have denoted it as sigma dash, not sigma bar. So I have just mentioned that also here. Here effective stress is denoted as sigma dash. So we shall see different layers. We are asked to find out the effective stress at 1 meter, 3 meter and 6 meter below the ground level. So at A, what are the values? What is sigma? Sigma is the total stress. Sigma you will get as the height of that layer into density of that, unit weight of that layer. So here in the question they have given the unit weight value. It is in kilonewton per meter cube. So that is unit weight. So you have to use gamma value in the formula. You have to write the formulas in terms of gamma value. And if they had given it as kilogram per something, if they have given in kilograms instead of kilonewton, then you have to write rho instead of gamma. Clear? Unit weight and unit density. That's the only difference. So here they have mentioned the values in kilonewton. So we are using gamma value in the formulas and also the substitutions. So here we have what is the stress, total stress at level A. It is height of that height of what retained over above that layer into unit weight of that layer. So that is 1 into 1 is the height and 18.929 is the dry unit weight, because above that we have assumed it as dry sand. Then what is the pore water pressure? Nothing is there. No capillarity is mentioned in the question, and also no water above the layer A. So the water pressure is U is equal to 0. Then what is the sigma dash value? Effective stress is sigma minus U, that is 18.929 itself. Now coming to layer B, what is the sigma value? What is the sigma value? So sigma, just look at the layer B. What is above it? A layer of dry sand of height 1 meter and a layer of saturated sand of height 3 minus 1, which is 2 meters. 2 meters of saturated sand. So simply the height into corresponding gamma value. So what is the height? 1 meter. Over a 1 meter height, it is 18.929. Gamma is 18.929. And over a height of 2 meter between A and B, it is saturated one. So 2 into, what is the gamma saturated value? 21.786. So if you add it, you will get total stress. Now what is the pore water pressure? Pore water pressure at B. So just look at the layer B. How much is the depth of water over that B? It is 3 minus 1, that is 2 meter. 2 meters of water. The water table is 2 meter above the layer B. So it will be experiencing that 2 meter height water is there. So you have to multiply gamma H into H is 2 and gamma W is 10. So 10 into 2, 20 kilonewton per meter square is the pore water pressure. And now what is the effective stress? Just take the difference, sigma minus U. and you will get it as 42.5 kilonewton per meter square. Now coming to layer C. What is the difference? Again, at B we had got sigma total stress as 62.5, isn't it? So you have to add what? A layer, an additional layer is there, B and C, between BC portion. What is the value? Gamma saturated value into what is the depth? 6 minus 3, that is 3 meters. So that is 1 meter layer of dry sand plus 2 meter layer of saturated sand plus 3 meter layer of clay. This clay and gamma saturated value is different for that, it is given. So you have to add all these. So 62.5 we have already found that of the two layers at B, the value that we get from the layer B. So that is 62.5 plus an additional layer of clay of the height 3 meters. So what is the density? Gamma saturated value 20 into 3. You add it and you will get 122.5 kilonewton per meter square. Now what is pore water pressure? Pore water pressure means how much is you have to check how much is the height of water above that layer that we are considering, that is above the layer C. How much is the height of water? Water table is at a height of 1 meter below the ground level, GL, and we are considering a layer 6 meter below that. So the height difference is total 5 meters. So 5 into gamma of water is 10 into 5, 50 kilonewton per meter square. So you have to find sigma dash effective stress is equal to, take the difference, sigma minus u. You will get it as 72.5 kilonewton per meter square. Now you have to usually we represent all these stresses in terms of diagram. So you have to show a diagram. It is assumed as a straight line variation, so you can represent it by using a triangle, isn't it? It is a straight line variation. It is having stress value 0 at the top, and at the bottom it will be the value that we find. So you can represent it as the figure that is shown on the left hand side. Sigma diagram. What is the value of sigma? At A, what is the value of sigma? You have a value 18.929. So here we are representing 0 meter, 1 meter, 3 meter and 6 meter. So we have actually 4 points in the diagram, A, B, C. That is why A is shown, A level is shown slightly below that, below the top apex. Apex is 0 and below that they have marked A. That means the apex is representing the 0 meter height of the apex of the triangle is representing 0 meter height, the ground level. Okay, so below that 1 meter, below 1 meter you have the A layer, then below that B, and at the bottom it is C. So you can see what is the value at A. If you are observing the sigma diagram, that is the diagram marked as B. So sigma diagram, you observe topmost point A, it is 0. At the topmost point the value is 0 for total stress. Then at level A, what is the value? 18.929. Then at level B, what is the total stress? 62.5. And at C, the total stress sigma is 122.5. Finished. Then coming to pore water pressure. Pore water pressure at the top 0 meter, it is 0. Then at A, again U value is 0. Then at B, what is the U value? 20. So they have marked it as 20. So that triangle starts from A is A, the value is 0. Then at B the value is 20, and at C what is U value? It is 50. So you just marked it. Then you have to draw the sigma dash diagram, and at A again it is 0. Then take the difference and write the value. So that like that we have to complete the effective stress, total stress and neutral stress diagrams also, and I hope it is clear now. So you can take the same approach to all the problems that I have shared. Okay, if you have any doubt, please contact me.